Even with all the buildings along the Las Vegas Strip and all the action here, this is one of the city's biggest attractions. Allegiant Stadium opened back in 2020. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Herbert off of play action. And that one too wide and incomplete.
It's zone defense right away here defensively, and I know that these linebackers and DBs are going to be tested throughout. They passed the first test, though. This one falls incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10. Herbert now. And it's incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
So 2 incompletions have led them to an early 3rd and 10. Justin Herbert looking to pass. And that's going to be incomplete.
Good clean play. No flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get them off the field with a 3 and out.
On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. Smith. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
A shotgun snap for Smith. That one complete to Trey Tucker. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That one good for 13 and a Raider 1st down. Now they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down.
We really didn't have any doubt that he was going to be one of the top-rated rookies coming into the league, especially as a runner, and he's given us no reason to change our minds. That's a big-time run, and the production that he showed us in college is translating very well into the National Football League.
That's complete into the hands of Myers. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. Here's Smith. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Multiple players combined for their team's 1st sack of the game.
Now that's a heck of a moment for your 1st sack of the game, because if this long drive ends without a touchdown because of that sack, we're going to look back and say that might be one of the biggest plays of this contest.
Now a tough spot for Geno Smith and company after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Now Geno. Flushed out right. And the pressure gets to him again. Tuli Tuipulotu got in and dropped him. They'll make that a 2nd sack here on their 1st drive out defensively, and not to get ahead of ourselves, but they're on pace for double-digit sacks at this point.
Well, they're going to have to find a way to tamp that down, aren't they? So if you're the play caller, you're telling your quarterback maybe some screens, maybe some draws, hard count, use your voice inflection a little bit, anything to try and slow that pressure down.
And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They run the counter. Hampton. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
They had 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. A quick throw there is incomplete.
And he's missed now in his first 4 passing attempts. The rhythm is just not there to begin this ball game.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now it's Herbert. That one complete to McConkey. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play. So finally completes his first pass. Credit the defense, though. They've been showing him some different looks, keeping him off balance.
Yeah, I like the observation that you had there, because when you give him different looks and give any quarterback different looks, it takes just a little bit longer to process sometimes, and you don't throw the ball with the same confidence. You're not sure that that's where you should go with the football, and that's worked for the defense early in this game, and now he's got his first completion. Let's see if his confidence comes back, and he starts to get into a nice little groove.
And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom, quick, 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 and what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Here's Herbert. Finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A gain there of 30 big ones.
It's not often that you'll find offensive and defensive guys that'll agree on much, but one place they find common ground, you've got to protect or attack the middle of the field. And no one was there. What a big play, moving it downfield.
Herbert. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Christian Wilkins coming right up the gut. Gets in there for a loss of 9.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. That's into the hands of the rookie from Ole Miss. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7. Here's Herbert. Back in the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. That's the 3rd time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the first quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead. And his kick here is good. And the Chargers grab themselves a 3-0 lead. So after drive number 3 here, we have a score, and it's 3 points after the field goal.
I would say the feeling out process for both these teams, I'd say it's over, partner. Everyone understands what's going on now. You've kind of probed a little bit. Now you want to start throwing the big shots. First 3 points up on the board could be significant.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, They had to punt it away, this time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a first down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
And he will slide down with the first down for the moment, but a penalty flag on the field. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. So here's a 3rd and 14. Throwing now is Geno. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. It looks like they have to give up the football again after this one.
On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Open man right side. That's McConkey. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. First catch, first down.
I like how they work the tight end on not much space. He's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from me a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
On first down, it's Hampton. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. It's brought in by Harris. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. On 3rd down, Hampton. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match, that's just an unforced error. Stay alert, don't jump early, and give them free yardage.
And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
Someone's looking fresh, and this O-line is definitely licking their chops. Everyone likes to run block. If you're an offensive lineman, nice early burst, nice gain too.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Back to throw here, Herbert. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And he's down into the red zone at the 15 after a gain of 15. 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Herbert. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender, but the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
From the 5 now, second and a yard. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Charger football to start quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. In motion left, the tight end. Herbert throwing again. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. They snap it to Herbert. Pass taken in by his big tight end. Touchdown, Chargers. Tyler Conklin. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Chargers' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. It took a pretty big risk right there going for it on 4th down, but hey, not only did they get the 1st down, forget about that, they got in the end zone.
Yeah, because normally you're just thinking, can I get enough yardage to get it past the sticks and pick up a 1st down? Instead, they go for the end zone and get it done with no margin for error. Remember, 4th down, they went for it.
Now after the Dicker field goal, he's back out ready to send it away. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Nothing for him yet from an offensive standpoint. Down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10.
So many things have to go right for any passing play to work out. Quarterback has to understand the defense, deliver an accurate ball. Receiver has to concentrate and bring it in. Somewhere along the assembly line, something was off with that one.
Smith, an incomplete pass on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Geno now to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Throwing is Smith. That is caught. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give them 12 yards that time, and a Las Vegas 1st.
And this may be the one to build on right here. It's the 2nd quarter. They've got nothing on the scoreboard as of yet. They need to put something together, and this is a good start as they get the completion there for good yardage and a 1st down.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he pushes through a would-be tackler to get about 3 yards, 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4. The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And I don't think he got there, no. She's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
Partner, when you're not able to run the ball successfully, it really messes everything up for an offense because no longer are you setting the tone and dictating the game. If you do want to throw the ball, play action's kind of gone out the window because they don't respect the run. And last but not least, you don't get to dictate it all when you want to throw the football, and that really hurts you as an offense.
They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. Just enough push up front. He only needed about 6 inches. He didn't get a whole lot more than that.
No, but he made sure he got enough so they didn't have to worry about measuring it or making it even close. Ends up picking up a couple of yards in a situation, as you noted, where he only needed inches.
And he'll work this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
Not a big run, not an explosive run, but they've held the ball for plenty of plays on this drive. They're just trying to impose their will on the defense right now.
From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd down and 7. Now they try the right side here. And he'll be close to a 1st down at the Chargers' 26. That's going to be a 6-yard gain. It leaves them with 3rd down and just a yard to go.
Good, strong run against the 3-4 set. And that 3-4, you've got to have your guys up front eat up a lot of blocks. The guy playing over the center, the nose, he usually has to take on double teams. But when you're able to successfully move him, you're often able to get some yardage, and that's when linebackers have to clean up and make tackles.
And he's going to have a 1st down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
Partner, there are strong running plays, and then there are plays where you simply outclass the defense, and we saw the latter there. They ran straight up the heart of that front for an excellent gain and 1st down. Simply put, you've got to put up more of a fight defending the middle. Otherwise, this is going to be a long game.
Now a quick throw out wide to Myers. And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it's 2nd down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he picks up the 1st as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
One thing I do know that offensive linemen like, they like a guy who's carrying the ball that will take what is blocked. Not try and create a big play and maybe take a loss, not try and go where the blocking isn't. But if it's just all that's there and you just put your head and your shoulders down and get that, you get the respect of the big guys up front.
And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Now a handoff looking right. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
I thought they were onto something with their play call and kind of went in reverse a little bit. Threw it on 1st down, then ran it on 2nd down. Not successful either way. What play call do they come up with here on this important 3rd down try?
And it's caught. A gain of 5, but not enough. Leads to a 4th and goal.
That pattern and scheme was well defensed on 3rd down. He tried to just sprint from one side of the field to the other, and they got it to him quickly. But no chance at yards after the catch there, and they stop him short.
4th down, and on comes the Raider kicker, Daniel Carlson. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. The kick by Carlson is good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So a conservative decision there, but it does put them on the board.
And I know the players hate it and the coaches hate it, but sometimes you just got to take the points when they're there. Sometimes a field goal is pretty darn good.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Now 2nd and 9. Back to throw. Herbert over the middle and caught by McConkey. And that's good for a gain of 6. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3. Out of the gun, Herbert. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And that one results in 35 yards.
Let's just call it as we just saw it right there, a breakdown defensively. Seems like no one went with the tight end, and no one really did. Had all sorts of space in the middle of the field. Yeah, everyone else was covered, but he was not. Big play results.
A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Hampton. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 42 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. That was huge after being behind the chains on 1st down to make this 2nd very manageable.
Yeah, how much pride do you have in an offense on 1st down to get that kind of yardage? Because it actually opens up your playbook on 2nd down. You can run it, you can throw it, you keep a defense off balance. I like that phrase, stand ahead of the chains, and they're doing exactly that.
Justin Herbert looking to pass. Open man here is Conklin. And the Chargers are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taking them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
Now they'll put a receiver in motion left. Herbert takes it and just pops it forward. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
They'll try to run this one in. And he will get in across the chalk for a Chargers touchdown. A touchdown run there from a yard out. And the Chargers go up by 2 touchdowns. So they brought the extra bulk in down on the 1-yard line, and they're able to push this one across.
Yeah, I can just see your face right now because I know we're mind melding on this one. Coach Madden would love this. Power football, hat on a hat, chest to chest, driving forward, touchdown.
Extra point up and good by Dicker. And the lead is now 17-3. Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time worked well for a solid gain.
And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
As he came to the line of scrimmage, he knew he didn't need much to reset the chain, so when he saw the space he needed, no hesitation. He went to the marker and got his guys a first down.
Now it's Smith. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Smith. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Tui Pelotu. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure, and these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
Now a tough spot for Geno Smith and company after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 30 yards there. And, of course, the first down as well.
So often when we're watching a football game, we see one with a lot of ebbs and flows, and this one is no different. And sometimes you just need a big play to wake you up a bit. And they get one right there. That shot of caffeine this offense was looking for.
That's to Bowers once again.
And down inside the 15 he goes. He's been a one-man wrecking crew these last couple of plays. This time 18 more and a first down.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Now Smith. Open man right side, Myers. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Jacoby Myers in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Raiders are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half.
Until that late score here in the second quarter, they'd only had the field goal, so that's just big to see that football get into the end zone.
Yeah, and when you look at the scoreboard now, nothing seems out of reach. They've been outplayed in the first half, but when the clock hits zeros as they head into the half, you know what I do as a head coach?
What?
I tell my team to sprint to the locker room to show that we've got the momentum and show that we're right back in this game.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. A final shot before the break for Herbert.
To the left side, he's got McConkey.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Here's a 2nd and 3 now from the 33.
Now Geno.
Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted.
And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. After the turnover, here's Herbert. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. From the 35, here's 2nd and 5. Herbert. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. Up the middle they go. Hampton. He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down.
And, partner, when you run the ball on 3rd and 2, you're telling the whole world you've got nothing but confidence in your offensive line and your runner, and you expect to get it. But they were stuffed on that play. Only got 1 yard. Great job by the defensive front, the linebackers. Everyone got involved to force a 4th down.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and they double them up here. That makes our score 20-10. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And he gets it all the way down inside the 30. What a terrific return. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. Down to about the 23. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he was able to shed 1 tackle, but could not get away from there. Tackle made there by the safety, Derwin James.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. 75 yards rushing for him now to this point.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd.
And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Jacoby Myers with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Raiders are back within a score.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. Still enjoying the lead here in the 3rd quarter despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And that's exactly what you're looking for at the inside linebacker spot. Versatility. He can drop into coverage, or as he did on that last play, use his speed to get to the perimeter and knock the ball carrier for a loss.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Here's Herbert. Now this one finds McConkey. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Now it's Herbert. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
This is a nice job of just taking what the defense is going to give you on third down. You're not looking for a big play downfield. You just want to find something that can get you past the marker. They found it and were able to keep the drive moving.
They'll run on first down. It's Hampton, and they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Play action this time for Justin Herbert. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for third down.
The defense did its job of taking away a quick throw, but that's only half the battle because they've got to get to him before he can make a run for it. A little bit late containing him there, so he makes a nice gain out of a play that looked like it was in trouble.
On third down, Hampton, and he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
I haven't met a football team yet that runs the ball successfully that doesn't talk about having an attitude to be a running football team, right? You got to be able to put your nose in there, smell where the first down sticks are, and get there.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. Now a chance to make that encroachment penalty really hurt. 1st and 5. They'll try the air now with Herbert. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
Play action. It's Herbert. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. And they'll be in search of 6 yards here on third down. This is now the 9th play of the drive. Back to throw here, Herbert. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 19. So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? Herbert now. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still 4th down.
Well, it's not going to be a first down, but that's a nice job of picking up yardage on 3rd and long. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you. And in this case, it wasn't enough to pick up the first down.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. Here's Smith. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, running away from people on it.
Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. Smith. Short throw caught by Bowers. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
There's a completion to the tight end, and I think that we're looking at something out of central casting, frankly.
Absolutely.
I mean,
size, the hands.
Speed. I mean, can flat out run. You put that whole package together, you light up the eyes of an offensive coordinator, don't you?
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. So that flag obviously takes away the good yardage that they had on the play.
And talk about a momentum shift, because we can visibly see This celebration shifting from one side of the field to the other as soon as everyone saw the flag.
He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
Not a huge play, but I think they're more than happy with how it turned out. Don't be surprised to see them revisit that call because there was a lane there for more than just 5 yards. Put it in your back pocket and break it out when you need it later.
Smith now to throw. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Looking for Michael Mayer on the play, and it's 3rd and 5. Throwing is Smith. A short throw, and that's hauled in by Mayer. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
For many teams, the evaluation of tight ends has really changed. We used to wonder about how they would block first and foremost. Now we want to know how these guys can run because we envision them in offenses, catch the ball. How much yardage can they gain after that?
And that on display there for a good pickup. Throwing now is Geno. Short throw caught by Bowers. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd down and 8. Throwing again is Smith. And his throw is incomplete. Eighth play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Oh, Tito Agbanaya getting in there to drop him.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has now received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for Las Vegas. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Before they can snap it, time runs out on this 3rd quarter of play. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Herbert off of play action. Short throw to Disley. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there. So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. From the gun, Herbert on 3rd down. That one complete to McConkey. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that pickup of a 1st down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here. Down late, tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or a takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Now a 2nd and 10. They'll send the tight end in motion left. Herbert back to the air. And his throw here's incomplete.
Not sure what happened there, but he just didn't get the right read on the coverage that time. Pass wasn't where it needed to be, and that'll send them back to the drawing board.
The offense on third down tonight, they've converted 6 times and could use a 7th here. This is 3rd and 10. Justin Herbert looking to pass. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now, that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
We'll call that a 49-yard punt with a return of just 2. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 94 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, once that one broke down, there were only so many options left for him to take. Fortunately, only 1st down, so he smartly got the yardage he could get and didn't worry about trying to turn it into a bigger play and end up taking a bigger loss. Here, they hope they can regroup and get something different going here on 2nd down.
And he'll push ahead for about 3 to the 36. The completion on 1st didn't get much, and now the run on 2nd doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down on his play sheet, trying to dial up a big 3rd down play.
Back to throw, Smith. Escaping the pressure right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Tui Pelotu in there to get him yet again. That is his 3rd sack tonight. They can't figure him out.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. Here's Herbert. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still, they've got the lead here, and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming.
Nice job by the defense figuring that play out and holding it to a short game, but I don't think the offense is going to be daunted. They actually accomplished their goal there. Now they've got them aware that they can throw a screen at them. Maybe it'll slow the pass rush down a little bit, and they can throw it downfield.
Short throw to Disley. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. 3rd and 7 now. Out of the gun, Herbert. And Herbert going to slide to a stop, and he has a 1st down. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue.
Now that's a killer because you think you've got it absolutely covered, and then he hot-foots it out of there and picks up a 1st down. Drives you crazy as a defense.
Looked like, you're exactly right. Looked like a for-sure stop on 3rd, and then the tables turn. On 1st down, it's Hampton to the 43, 2nd down.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver, but he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front, so if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him, picks up 3 on that carry.
They'll fake the handoff, now Herbert. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down.
Have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big one there on 3rd down. They hit for 30 yards.
Running their plays over and over during the week can often get robotic for an offense, but on game day they can often flow smoothly, as that one just did.
A shotgun snap for Herbert. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
Now a handoff up the middle. Hampton. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
Not a whole lot of room to maneuver there, and I think that's because everyone took care of their responsibilities, filled their gaps, held their place. No place for him to run.
Yeah, looked good. Everything got funneled to the nose tackle. They swallowed him up. They're 2 for 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive. This one tough. They need 9 yards on 3rd down. On 3rd down, it's Hampton. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a 4th down. So they went a little cautious there on 3rd and long.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Remember, they're playing with a lead right now. So getting a 1st down, yes, that would be great. But even more importantly, take care of the football. No turnovers, no big plays for the other team, and keep the clock moving.
And his kick is indeed good, and that will double their lead as it's up to 6. So they get to 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Well, that one was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. That'll be good for 6, but now it's 4th down.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Here's A.J. Cole now, as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. Returnable here for Davis. It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no.
And that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom taught, in order to close out the game, don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Herbert. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. This a very important drive, and that incompletion leads to a very important 3rd down here if they're going to try and get the football back.
Yeah, getting it back, absolutely crucial to their chances to try and win this game. I would expect a lot of pressure here. They can't afford to let them continue to get 1st downs and eat away at the clock.
Oh, he had a man open. He overshot him. It's incomplete.
Looked like they were set up defensively in a zone coverage, but somehow they found a seam because that receiver all alone. By rights, that should have been a touchdown, but somehow this ball's overthrown.
Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Now, if you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game, though. Sometimes the better punter may actually determine the outcome.
23 yards, the final tally.
Not too many teams will use a 1st-round pick on a tight end, so you know that when one does, he's got to be pretty darn special.
A small example of why they took him in the 1st round there. A nice little catch and run to get the good yardage. Now it's Smith. On a huge mistake late. It's intercepted. Picked off by Denzel Perryman. And the Chargers will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. 56 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Got to figure now after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
They'll keep it on the ground. Hampton. On 3rd down, it's Hampton. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for L.A. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Here's Smith. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Smith's going to throw. He'll get the tight end Bowers involved there before he's hit and dropped.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Plenty of time and 2 timeouts still at their disposal. 1st and 10 here. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
Smith to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Bowers. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Smith. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
That completion helps out in a nice way. Now they can take a little bit more time, but guess what? They've got to make sure on their throws that they see it open, not just anticipate it.
They come up now on 2nd and 2. Now Smith. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
Smith. Trying to lay one up deep. Oh, he had a man running free, but he overshot him, and it's incomplete.
You're not going to get many better opportunities than that to take the lead in the 4th quarter. He's got a man wide open. But, oh, my goodness, just too much air under the ball, and he knew it right away.
The decision made for him. They've got to go. It's 4th down. They'll try and run for it and try to push his way forward, but I think he's going to be short, and he is short. Victory formation, time for the Chargers. They take a knee. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. Herbert to a knee, and that should just about write it into this one.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something, and they did in this one. So this one's over. It's in the win column for the LA Chargers. And we talked so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all, and they go on to victory.
They look like a smooth operation in this one, didn't they? Because you look at every facet of the game, they handled their business. Offense took care of the football, converted it into points. Defense took the ball away, gave it back to the offense. Special teams, right there with them. That's the type of game a coach is going to really love and value. And when they show the film, they have to be careful not to give out too many kudos and kill their motivation going forward.
And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.